Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Turn 3 Racing Network. It is Wednesday night. That means we are going IROC racing here in the desert. We are here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, located just north of the Las Vegas Strip here in Nevada. Welcome here to the desert for round number 3 of IROC racing. That means we have already had 2 winners this season. Winner so far, we have a rookie and a wily veteran. Round 1 went to Jordan Smith at the Michigan International Speedway, and down the Lady in Black, Josiah Millen was able to dance with the Lady in Black, and well, he wound up as a winner. He is right now your current point standings leader coming into the round, or the third round of the season here at Las Vegas. Point standings look like this: Josiah Millen, Jordan Smith. They are separated by 21 points coming into tonight. And then just 2 points back from that second place is going to be Cole Day. Third is the big unit, Randy Johnson. Then it's Cody Levitt. Those drivers are right now tied for the 4th position. Donald Bennett is 6th. Darrell Clauter is 7th. Josh Taylor, I'm looking at that right. Josh Taylor is actually 8th. 9th is Michael Brownlee. And Colton Farrell rounds out your top 10 coming into round number 3 here of the season. Practice just winding down right now. Your top 3 in the standings here in our practice session are Cole Day, Jordan Smith, and Cody Levitt. 2 laps of qualifying coming up here in just a couple of moments here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So while we get prepared and ready for qualifying, we're going to step away, get the national anthem played here in Las Vegas, and we'll be back to bring you the live qualifying action for the Salt Flat IROC Series, round number 3.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome back here to Las Vegas, race fans. Qualifying just underway already. Let's take a couple peeks because, well, the racetrack is jam-packed. One of the first drivers out onto the raceway. He will be driving the 38 car here tonight. He is a Las Vegas native. It is Cody Levitt. Cody lives just about 15 minutes here from the raceway in Las Vegas, and this is one track that has eluded him on the iRacing service. He always comes close to being a winner here in Las Vegas, but has never been able to do it. Maybe tonight will be the night that Cody Levitt will be able to do it. Already 11 drivers just like that being shown. Let's take you down the bottom here. We will show you where each one of your drivers are on track here. Randy Johnson right now to the top of the board. The big unit, the No Doubt Racing UPS driver, has his IROC on top of things here tonight in the early stages of this one. Will he be able to hold on to that one? We will find out. Brandon Massey is shown in the second position. The driver out of Ironton, Ohio, one of the Rookie of the Year candidates. He is second right now on the speed charts. Cody Levitt goes straight back to the top. That'll move Massey down one position. He'll be now shown into the third spot. The track is hot and heavy. Here's the birthday boy out on track. It is the man for the Mohica Esports driver. It is Michael Bromley. Bromley going to go P number 3 on his lap. 55 miles an hour for the driver of the 7 machine right now. That is one of the fastest speeds on the speedway right now, but it was only good enough for the 3rd because Lynn McNeese also going to sneak in there out of Georgia. He'll slot himself up top. Here is the Keystone Motorsports 31 of Donald Bennett. He has come in having quite a few good runs so far this season. Right now, it'll be 10th quickest on the timing and scoring. Last week's winner, driving for the Keystone Motorsports Group, it's the number 40 of Josiah Millen. He is 18th quickest on his first lap. You notice that he does have the gold trim around his IROC here tonight. That indicates that he is a winner. There's only one other driver out there on track, and he's right there. You see the gold on the number 5 of Jordan Smith. He has the other win this season, so just 2 winners so far here in the early stages of the season. Here is the No Doubt Racing 98. They call him Vols Nations. This is Racing Jason Griffith Dobbs Jennings for 6 right here out there on the raceway. They call him also the Joker Race Fans. He is right now P number 20 as Cole Day went across the board. He was going to be 7th quickest for the number 37 of Cole Day. Looks like as Dobbs will come across the line here, this will be his 2nd timed lap of the evening. Just under a minute left here in our qualifying session as Dobbs going to jumps up to 2nd quickest. It is a 30. It's a tie, an identical tie for the race pole here tonight. So Levitt and Dobbs will tie for the pole, but because Levitt had his time in first here tonight, he will be credited with the pole. Jeff Mathis will finish things up on his qualifying time, the 57 of Mathis out of Florida. He will go to the 13th fastest position on our track. So it looks like qualifying just about going to wrap up here in a couple seconds. Cody Levitt for the Deeper Darker Do Las Vegas native will start on our pole here tonight. So congratulations to Cody Levitt. As we creep closer and closer, there is the checkered flag here in qualifying. There, the iRacing blimp flying high and above here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, just like that from the left side of the screen to the right side of your screen, race fans. So these guys are starting to take to the grid here tonight. While they take to the grid, let's take you to your starting lineup. Starting lineup tonight brought to us by Coffee and Comics. This is your starting lineup. Starting on the front row out of Las Vegas, it's the 38 of Cody Levitt. Starting on the outside of row number 1 out of Tennessee, it's the No Doubt Racing 98 of Jason Griffith Dobbs. Starting on row number 2, position number 3 out of Georgia, the NSRA Super Speedway driver, it's the 84 of Lynn McNeese. Starting in position number 4, it's the Mohica Esports DraftTop.com driver. It is Michael Bromley in the number 7, starting P4. P5, the driver of the number 5 Rookie of the Year candidate, Week 1 winner, it's the number 5 of Jordan Smith. It's the big unit, race fans. He's probably the most popular driver on the service right now, Randy Johnson out of retirement. It's the number 12 of Randy Johnson, starting 6th. Number 7 out of Ironton, Ohio, driving the old shed, number 65, it is Brandon Massey. Starting P number 8, it's the engineer himself, the 37, that is going to be Cole Day. Driving the number 29, the Bearded Struggle 29, that is Ira Kohlhaas, starting 9th here tonight. The driver out of Tennessee, driving for the Midnight Runners 01, it is Josh Taylor. Starting at 11th, the Deeper Darker Do, he's a past champion, race fans, he drives the 88, it is Jamie Leach. Starting in the 12th position, last week's winner, out of Topton, Pennsylvania, the number 40, that is Josiah Millen. Starting in the 13th position here tonight will be the driver of the 75. That will be... Actually, it looks like that's the 57. That is going to be Jeff Mathis. They switched him around on the board here. Starting in the 14th is the 75. That is Quincy Atkins. Starting in position number 15 for the Keystone Motorsports Group out of Topton, Pennsylvania, driving the 31, that is Donald Bennett. Brennan Crossland driving the 97 for the Top Split Podcast Group. Crossland will start 16th on the grid. 17th here tonight, Mr. Blinky McBlinkersons. It's the Coffee and Comics entry, 62 of Colton Farrow. Our man for the BeastRacing.com entry, he's out of Puerto Rico. He's Orlando Rivera. He'll start 18th. 19th here tonight, out of Utah, driving the RaysEnergyDrink.com machine, the 04 of Danny Valenzuela, and the Coast to Almost Coast, our favorite resident from Florida. It is the 26 of Daryl Clauter. 21st tonight, it's going to be the 19, the firefighter, Russ Hancock. Starting 21st, the old sprint car driver, they call him washed up, we call him just in his prime. It's the 21 of Jeff Bergner. Starting 23rd, it's going to be our California resident. That's going to be Timmy Valenzuela. That's how your starting lineup looks here tonight, as we will go green flag racing, this time out of turn number 4. iRacing Pace Truck will dive it in. We are ready to go racing here, race fans. Get ready for some of the best racers on the iRacing platform. It is the Salt Flat IROC Series, and we are green flag here from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for 70 laps. As they come down into turn number 1, the inside lane got a pretty good jump there with Cody Levitt down to the bottom. He is bringing Lynn McNeese, Jordan Smith, and Brandon Massey around that inside lane. Inside lane might be the dominant spot for a little bit here tonight at Las Vegas. We're waiting for that outside groove to really start making some hay. You see Michael Bromley on the back there of Dobbs. McNeese going to get a little sideways. He's down onto the apron. Lynn McNeese tried to, maybe just fall to the back of the pack here. Was an unusual spot, as he was actually just a little sideways, and that was the best place for him to go, was just to hold it down to the bottom. And everybody will actually get around McNeese, so he will lose 19 positions in just one lap. That's a rough pill to swallow. Now here comes Dobbs as he'll jump to the outside. He will see if he can get Michael Bromley now to push him around that 38. That inside lane lost all the momentum when Lynn McNeese got a little sideways down on the bottom. So they will come this time off turn number 4 and see who will lead lap number 2, because lap number 1 went to the Las Vegas kid. Cody Levitt led lap 1. Will he be able to lead lap number 2 at the line? Here comes the outside lane. It's not going to be quick enough. Cody Levitt will lead the second lap of the evening here at Las Vegas. Everybody still 2x2 down the front straightaway into turn number 1 they go. Listen to the motors roar here tonight. The lights are coming on in Las Vegas. A little overcast sky now popping into the desert here. We will not see any rain here tonight. Look at that 57 back there, that yellow machine. That's Jeff Mathis. He's back here buried in the 13th spot. He has been able to not pick up any positions right now, as he has held serve here in the first 2 laps. We're come by this time. We will complete lap number 3, as they are still the top 10 under a blanket. You see Quincy Atkins, the 75 driver right there. He is to the outside. I believe that is the 29 of Ira Kohlhaas. That is your top 5 under a blanket. And then they got Jamie Leach, Josiah Miller, Jeff Mathis, Colton Farrow right there too. And I believe, is that Orlando Rivera? That is Orlando right there, the driver of the 08. TheBeastRacing.com. Look at him with his awesome hat on. That man has fun every day of his life. He is living the dream in paradise down there in Puerto Rico. Probably one of the nicest gentlemen you're ever going to meet onto the iRacing platform. And right now he is running in the 16th position, trying to move his way up through the field. Cody Levitt, though, will lead us back here to the start-finish line. He'll lead another one, and he's got some friendly foes right behind him. He's got Jordan Smith, and then he's got Cole Day down on the bottom right now. It looks like that 7 machine there, the Bohica Esports DraftTop.com entry of Michael Bromley. He is sandwiched in between 2 of those no doubt racers. And then, I believe, is that going to be Josh Taylor? Got a couple guys on that outside lane out of Tennessee. Maybe they'll be able to work together. You got Dobbs out front leading that outside lane in the 4th car back there. The 01, that is the Taylor machine, does have 1 win to his notch in the IROC Series. He runs back there, the 4th car to the outside lane. Right now, it looks like the top 17 drivers are within 1 second of the race lead here, and this is lap number 6. So all these drivers are hanging together. Pack-style racing here at Las Vegas with these IROCs. They are rebranded as the IROC, as they are the street stocks here on the iRacing.com platform. Look at Cole Day, breathe it down to the middle. Cody Levitt will still lead us down into turn 3, but here comes the 98 of Dobbs. Will Dobbs be able to bring that Joker machine up here and lead a lap yet tonight? It has been all Cody Levitt at the line. Let's check him at the line again. Cody Levitt and the purple machines that are down low will lead another one here tonight. So all the drivers still 2x2 here. You see some of these guys trying to color coordinate together. You're going to notice a lot of colors. Like you see, let's take a look to the inside lane here. You see the first two that are in the inside, sorry, the second two. You see two different purples here. The second and third car in line to that inside row, those are two teammates. You notice how they are the same color as, look at them. Johnson's going to shuffle Dobbs. Or that's not Dobbs. He's going to shuffle Bromley as he's coming to Dobbs out of turn number 4. Bromley, the odd man out. It's his birthday, and they said, here's your birthday present. Shuffled 3 wide, and now he has no help on the outside groove. He is falling like a rock in the desert, I guess you want to call it. He might be able to find a home in front of Colton Farrow here as they work out of turn number 2. Bromley going to go from the second car to the outside lane to now being that 5th car to the outside train. As we were talking about teammates, now you have the Dobbs machine and the Johnson machine on the outside lane. They are two teammates. They have the same color. So now you got two teammates lined up on the inside with a little bit, I call it an alliance, if you will, in those purple colors. That is not by mistake. They went out. Cole Day used to be teammates with Cody Levitt. He then had broken off as he wasn't able to run a full-time schedule into the IROC series. And then there was a rule change just coming into this year where you're not allowed to have more than 2 drivers on a team. So an alliance formed there with the Purple People Eaters machines. Now Dobbs going to go down to the bottom with a huge run from the 12 of Johnson. Now can Dobbs come across here and lead a lap as Cody Levitt has been passed for the first time here tonight. Dobbs, remember, started on the front row. And now he will lead his first laps here in Las Vegas. Is he going gambling tonight? Right now he is gambling with the gambler himself. Cody Levitt pushes him down into turn number 1. Josh Taylor is pushing on the back bumper of that number 12 machine. So the driver out of Tennessee trying to help out the New York driver, the UPS man. He sure knows how to drive fast. How do you think he got here tonight? He had to deliver all those packages before the start of the race, and he was able to get here as a big bump by Taylor down into turn number 3. Shoots the 12 out. He'll run side by side through corner numbers 3 and 4. Who will lead this lap, as this will be a lap for a bonus point? Will Johnson be able to hold the 12 machine out front? He does, race fans. Randy Johnson, the big unit, will lead a lap here tonight. We talked about how there were 17 drivers within 1 second. That is still the same, 17 drivers within 1 second of your race leaders. Then you got to go back here a little bit. Jeff Bergner, the man out of Utah. He is being pushed by another one of those Utah natives. That is Danny Valenzuela and Jeff Bergner. They work together at the prison out there. And, well, those two security guards are nose to tail right now as they work out of turn number 4. Bergner and Valenzuela lead the second group. Lynn McNeese is back here. Remember, McNeese, he started all the way up there inside the front 5. He is down 17 positions now. The driver of that 84 NSRA team is back here separating the Valenzuelas. He is running in the 20th spot. Hancock is right there. Daryl Clauder is right there. And Timmy Valenzuela. They are all sitting at a cool, calm, call it 2 seconds behind your race leaders as they work down the back straightaway. Take a peek back to the front, though. It is all the No Doubt Racing stable team. Dobbs to the inside. Big unit to the outside. Lap number 12 about to be in the books. Give that one to the driver of the 98. Jason Griffith Dobbs is going to lead that lap this time around the speedway. About halfway into a fuel run. Looking at this, taking my notes here real quick. We're about a halfway run into the pit strategy here for these IROCs. It always comes down to pit strategy, fuel strategy, who comes when. And, well, tires will make a difference. Last time by, looking at about a half a second from the fastest time here tonight for these drivers to where they are now. And while we talk about that, let's take a look. Show you who's your biggest movers, who's your biggest, well, droppers tonight. So far here, Quincy Atkins has moved up 8 positions. He right now runs into that 6th position. You see his yellow 75 on the outside. He is the 3rd man to the outside. And then we just talked about him, Lynn McNeese, way back down there in the 20th position. He has lost 17 spots here tonight on the raceway. So that will continue to shuffle, and we will continue to keep an eye on that and see who is where when we get closer to the halfway point here tonight. Closing in halfway on green flag pit cycles, possibly. We'll see if we can make it to those green flag pit stops. As we come back across the line, Dobbs will lead another one here tonight in that 98 out of Tennessee. He's the highlighter yellow car with the purple or pink rims down to the inside row. Cody Levitt has a blink that time, blinks again coming through the corner. He is down to the inside lane. That's going to make it pretty hard for the 5 of Jordan Smith. Let's ride on board with Smith and see if we can see what he sees. Right now, Cody Levitt's connection stable as they work through 3 and 4 this time. As we ride on board with Jordan Smith, Cody's going to grab a little piece of that apron. Able to keep it under control, though. So right now, Levitt's blinking connection does subside for the time being. As we go back to our coverage here, side by side still for the top 17 drivers. There you see Mathis. He is the final car here in line. Right in front of him is the Top Split podcast driver. That is Brandon Crossland. Talking about the Top Split, check them out over there. Type in Top Split podcast and get all the racing action here on the iRacing server. Find out who's doing what. And also some NASCAR news over there occasionally and some IndyCar news. Brandon Crossland doing a great job with his podcast. He'll try to force it 3 wide here coming across the line. He'll put Millen down to the bottom. Bennett in the middle here on lap number 17. 16 laps completed, and now they're getting a little racy. Looks like Massey went to the middle. They're 3 wide racing back here mid-pack. Little contact there from Bennett. Bennett rubs a little door panels with the 29 of Ira Kohlhaas down on the bottom. Rolling down the back straightaway, they will still stay 3 wide. Crossland to the outside. Bennett in the middle. Now it's going to be Massey stuck down there on the bottom. Can Crossland make up any ground? It looks like he's going to lose a little ground that time as they work through turns 3 and 4. They will single file out. A lot of drivers now go single file. Colton Farrow down to the inside. What happened to Cole Day? Cole Day got shuffled out of the mix. He was running 3rd car into the inside lane. Now he is running right around the 10th position. 10th position as he goes back to the outside here, trying to make him a little bit of that ground. There's Orlando Rivera down to his inside. Michael Bromley's down there. Colton Farrow. Quincy Atkins still up there. Cody Levitt took a peek for just a second as they went down into corners number 3. Wasn't able to find a home down there. A hole big enough to stick his nose in. So right now it's 2 by 2 for your top 6 positions. There you see him headed down into turn number 1. The No Doubt Racing team still leading the way, putting the stranglehold on the entire field here tonight. Working lap number 19. Is anybody willing to come down here and pit on lap 19? Doing the math, you cannot make it on just 2 stops, I don't believe, here tonight. Now, you might be able to. Oh, crash coming out of turn number 4. A couple of them turned around here. Colton Farrow doing a kick flip. Jordan Smith is involved in this one. Jordan Smith doing his best imitation also. So we're going to have to take it back. Looking here at our caution flag. First caution flag of the night. Believe this happens just ahead of these guys. Oh, there you see it. Cole Day turns the 0-1 of Josh Taylor. And then it was on like Donkey Kong from there. There you see Taylor spinning through the grass. Colton Farrow was involved in this one. Orlando Rivera. He was going to be all right. I think not too much damage on the Rivera machine. Let's go back here and see. Cole Day trying to come up 3 wide, contact with Taylor. That spins Taylor. And then, Jordan Smith, Colton Farrow. There you see the 88 of Jamie Leach. Millen just going to barely squeak by and go down through the grass. So a lot of drivers involved in this one. Let's see if we can go back far enough here and get another angle. This is zoomed out angle watching the 5 of Smith there. You see him with just nowhere to go. He gets jacked up. Colton Farrow nowhere to go. He gets involved in that one. Timmy Valenzuela coming in hot and heavy. He gets involved in that. Russ Hancock just goes down pit road. Jordan Smith, something happens. Something explodes on the 5 machine, sending him up and over then. Let's go on board here with Jordan Smith. Pack racing here at Las Vegas. When something happens, everybody gets involved. Race off pit road will be won by Michael Bromley. Everybody was down on pit road here on lap 20, coming to 21. So right before our green flag pit cycle was to start, Michael Bromley will take over the race lead here as everybody did come down pit road. So it's Michael Bromley coming out of pit road first. Then it's going to be Cole Day, Cody Levitt, Randy Johnson, and Jason Griffith Dobbs. That is what our running order looks like right now. So as we are under the yellow flag here tonight, pacing around the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, we're see the black clouds rolling in over the speedway. Let's see if we can get a word in with one of the drivers that were involved in this yellow flag. Let's see if we can get a word in with Jordan Smith. Jordan, you got a copy with us?
Yes, sir. Do you hear me?
Well, we can hear you, and we hear the disappointment a little bit in your voice here. What happened on lap 20 down there coming out of turn number 4?
Yeah, I was really just on the bottom lane behind Cody, and I just looked up and saw that Josh Taylor was around. I don't really know what happened in front, but I hit the brakes, and I hit him with the front end. But then when I spun, I started trying to get going, and it looked like some net code happened, and my axle was just dastardly broken. So I got about 9 minutes worth of required repairs, so I think that's the end of the night for me.
Yeah, it looked like a very vicious kick flip down there on the grass. I don't think I've ever seen a kick flip like that. Is it something that you may have practiced?
I wish I could say I practiced it, but I wouldn't want to do that in the race. That was a little that was unexpected for sure.
Well, it's going to be a big hit on the points here tonight, as you're one of the only drivers, I think, that are sitting down on pit road with a lot of damage. Is there any hopes of getting this 5 machine back out onto the racetrack tonight?
I don't think so. I'm going to wait and see how it is after the required repairs, but if I do get back out, it will be for about last place. So not really the night I was looking for, but it was still a lot of fun.
Well, there you heard it from the driver of that number 5 machine. Week 1, but tonight it's not going to be a repeat winner. A couple drivers, you see him coming back down onto pit road. That is possibly a little bit of a fuel play. You see Cody Levitt down there, Colton Farrows, maybe something happened to him. He's coming down pit road. Cole Day, Donald Bennett, Josiah Millen, Brandon Massey, IROC Kohlhaas, a whole slew of drivers coming down pit road as we got the 1 to go marker that time by. So it'll be Michael Bromley, then it'll be racing Jason Griffith Dobbs, the big unit of Randy Johnson, Quincy Atkins, Brandon Crossland, Orlando Rivera, Lynn McNeese, Jeff Mathis, Russ Hancock, your top 9 drivers that actually stayed out. Everybody else behind them came down to top off the fuel tanks here, and they will all trail and file into the rear of the field here. We got to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network, watching the Salt Flat IROC Series back in action for season number 4. If it's your first time here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, get the notification anytime we go live here on Turn 3, bringing you a lot of racing action throughout the week. And if you like what these cars are doing out there, the IROCs, go ahead, hit the thumbs up, because we are coming back to the Gibson AC Refrigerant Restart Zone, and we will go back to the green flag racing. Green flag going to be back in the air here. There it is, the Gibson AC and Refrigerant green flag coming back out here, and we are racing back towards turn 1. As we race towards turn number 1, it's 23 laps in the books, as it looks like everybody single file out. That's because they all elected to come down pit road, and when you restart on iRacing, you were going to go single file, as now your leaders will single file out here. That leaves one driver to the outside. That is double file wide, and that is going to be Orlando Rivera. He is up 13 positions. Actually, that is Crossland now. 2 similar colors there for those 2 drivers, as Crossland is up the track. Oh, something happened. Dobbs up the track. A big bump from his teammate there of the big unit, and then it looks like Crossland's going to thread the needle here as they come back across the start-finish line. Dobbs was all sorts of out of shape. Looks like Timmy Valenzuela will bring down the 05 machine into pit road. Here comes Josh Taylor. He is looking like he might come up to the outside and try and help out the Dobbs machine. 2 Tennessee drivers up to the outside. Look at this driver back here. Here comes the 37 of Cole Day. He is pushing on the back there of that 38 of Cody Levitt. They are trying to work around Russ Hancock here. That would be for the 9th position. These drivers are a little bit behind, but oh, somebody down onto the apron. I believe that was that the 75? I'm being told that's the 75 of Quincy Atkins. Something happened to Quincy. Now he's down on the apron, and he is getting freight trained. Boy, here comes everybody. There goes Millen. Millen was running in the 13th position. That'll put Atkins back to 13th for the time being. Stuck down there on the bottom. Bennett and Millen trying to keep pace with the two boys that are up ahead of them of Levitt and Day. Millen now drops down in front of Quincy Atkins, waiting for Bennett to come down in front of him to keep those two teammates locked together. So it's Michael Bromley now who will take over the race lead, as he has led the last 2 laps since going back to the green flag. Randy Johnson is still sitting there pushing him. Then it's Orlando Rivera right behind him, Jeff Mathis, and now Lynn McNeese. Remember McNeese's big fall through the field on lap number 1? Look at him, back to running inside the top 5. So they single file out for your top 7 drivers, and then they're single file for the 8th, 9th, and 10th place. And then it's Bennett and Atkins that are doing the side-by-side dance behind them. Then will be Brandon Massey and Jeff Berger. There's a little damage on the nose of that number 65 Massey machine. And then I'm not sure if there's a bunch of damaged cars back here or not, but Danny Valenzuela does lead this 3rd pack of cars around. There's Valenzuela, there's Ira Kohlhaas with some damage, and then Jamie Leach in the 88. There's some damage on the 88 of Jamie Leach. Then the 26 of Darrell Clauder is also back here. And then Josh Taylor. Actually, I thought Taylor was on the lead lap. Taylor is actually 1 lap down to our race leaders right now. He is up here trying to get his lap back, dancing with the leaders. If he goes up and passes them, he'll get his lap back. It was what they call the old-fashioned way, going up there and manhandling the race leader, taking your lap back. Or right now he is in the lucky dog position. If a yellow were to fly and he was not involved in it, he would take the lucky dog, and he would be able to come back around here and be on the lead lap just at the tail end of it. We've only had 1 caution flag here tonight. That flown at lap 21, as now you see everybody starting to get back to the old racing style. Here comes Randy Johnson trying to still push that number 7. Here comes Dobbs. He's got the 01 there of Taylor on the back bumper of him. So Dobbs trying to bring back the outside lane with a little help. Crossland looking like he might go up there. And as these guys start to get double file for your race lead, oh, Bromley going to get spun. Bromley going to come it down pit road, I think, possibly. He hits the commitment code. Car is going to stay under the green flag conditions as Bromley spun down pit road. Might have a replay on that. We'll have to see if the truck can find it. They're saying they have something here. Let's see what happens to Bromley. Oh, I'm not sure if there was actually any contact there, as we'll have to go back. Let's watch it once more here. Let's watch from our drafttop.com onboard camera. It looks like Bromley actually just got down there on the apron and then spun it down onto pit road. So as we come back live here at Las Vegas, you see the battle for the race lead. Now it looks like Michael Bromley is going to take a pit stop here while he's down on pit road. So that'll put him a lap down currently to the race leaders. He is going to come back out onto the raceway, but he will be 1 lap down battling Josh Taylor. And Taylor is still right here in this group. Remember how we said it was only a 7-car breakaway? Well, now erase that, because here comes everybody else. They are right back into this picture. It is looking like 14 cars under a blanket. Count 15 if you count the lap down car of Taylor right now. There's only side-by-side, though, really up at the front of this field here as Dobbs and the unit are still doing that side-by-side jig. Orlando Rivera still hanging to that inside lane there, trying to push the 12 of Randy Johnson around. Then there's the 57 of Jeff Mathis. He is having the best run of the first 3 rounds of the IROC series so far. He is one of those Rookie of the Years. He right now does run the highest of the Rookie of the Year candidates. Russ Hancock, another one of those Rookie of the Years. He is running there in the 7th position. He is up 14 spots, but the biggest mover so far of the race, that's Orlando Rivera. You want to know where everybody is moved up from? There it is. Check it out. Randy Johnson up 5 spots. Orlando Rivera, who runs down their second car to the inside lane, he is up 15 spots here tonight. Jordan Smith still sitting down on pit road. He has lost 18 spots. So the driver of the number 5 having a rough outing tonight. See if he'll be able to get back out there. Right now, though, he is about 10 laps behind the next car in line, so his night may be just about over with. We'll see if he can get out there on track or not. Coming across the line here to complete lap 33. Randy Johnson leading another one. These two drivers, Dobbs and Johnson, they have had a stranglehold on this top spot tonight since about lap number 10. Orlando Rivera still sitting there. There you see the 01 of Taylor. Then it's Crossland. Now Bennett and Bergner are trying to work together to work themselves to the front. The other week, Jeff Bergner having one of the best runs he has ever had into the IROC series. Ended up finishing 6th at the Darlington Raceway. Right now, he is running in the 8th spot. So with all the side-by-side racing action going on, what do you say, race fans? We haven't done it in a little while. Let's turn it up here at Las Vegas. Some good racing going on here tonight in the desert as the sun has gone down. The lights have come up. These bad boys here tonight have completed this time by will be 40 laps, and Randy Johnson still continuing to lead the way. Now you see the 31 of Donald Bennett. He has worked his way up as we were away from the mics here tonight. Hope you all enjoyed that little bit of a turn it up here tonight in the desert. Let the people hear the people's voice here, which is called V8 Motors here in motorsports racing. As Griffith and Dobbs still do the dance side by side down the back straightaway into turn number 3. We are halfway home already in this one tonight, race fans, and it is shaping up to be a good one. It does look like the driver of the number 5 of Jordan Smith is back out there on the racetrack, but he is numerous laps down on the timing and scoring sheet. Car also down a little bit on power. We'll see if he's able to battle through this one here tonight, if he's going to be a factor at all. His teammate, Cole Day, does currently run still out on track in the 14th spot, as we are getting, I believe, if I'm doing the math right here, last time these drivers have been down on pit road was about 20 laps ago. It has been about 20 laps for a lot of these drivers. A lot of drivers came in and took a little bit of fuel. So it'll be maybe a handful of laps, maybe 5 to 6 laps before we see anybody really divert down onto pit road. You will not be able to make it from this point to the end of the race. You'll be about, 3 laps short, I think, when we come down to pit road. So it might come down to that dreaded pit fuel strategy that we talk about all the time here with the IROCs, and how, things really start to get hectic as we see 3 wide with Quincy Atkins in the middle, Crossland to the outside, Jeff Mathis down on the bottom. The outside lane will work a little bit here for the 97 of Crossland as he has started to move his way up. Now he's side by side with Massey for just a little bit there as they enter turn number 3. There are 14 cars in this lead draft and only one 3-wide battle for the time being, with Crossland trying to make an outside effort work here tonight. Bennett still runs into that roadblock. He still has the 21 of Jeff Bergner behind him. That 3-wide battle, though, has 2 teammates stuck side by side, the 57 and the 75 there of Atkins and Mathis, both Rookie of the Year candidates. They are your highest. Orlando Rivera down onto the apron. He's going to flat track it around the bottom. Will he be coming to pit road this time by? Here comes Orlando Rivera. He'll be the first one to enter pit road here tonight. Driver out of Puerto Rico, thebeastracing.com, 08 entry here of Orlando Rivera will come down pit road. It is a slow 55-mile-an-hour crawl down pit road here. Looks like Orlando almost missed his pit stall, but he'll find it. He'll come to a complete stop as Randy Johnson still leads the way here with 26 laps to go. Actually, if I redo my math numbers here, race fans, if you pit at this point, you might be able to make it the rest of the way. One of them hot on the heels trying to come down to pit road. Crossland's going to slow down the 97 top split podcast machine. He'll get it wound up 55 miles an hour for him as he comes down pit lane. He'll find his pit box. A little too far for Crossland. He has to back up a little bit. Now he finds his pit box. It'll be 4 tires and fuel for that man. Who will be the next one? Jeff Bergner looking to go 3 wide here. He's going to put the sandwich, the Midnight Runner sandwich, the Keystone Motorsports driver. Oh, a big wiggle. Brandon Massey down on the bottom. You saw that gray machine get sideways. Looks like we have a lap down car out in front of your lead pack here. It looks like that is going to be the 05 of Timmy Valenzuela. There you see Orlando Rivera coming back out on track. He is 1 lap down, trying not to go 2 laps down here under his green flag pit cycle. It was a 45-second stop for Orlando Rivera. See if he can stay on the lead lap. Timmy Valenzuela will peel down onto pit road, and he'll get out of the way. None of your race leaders coming down this time, but maybe it looks like Lynn McNeese and Russ Hancock are going to come down here. They are hot to trot, and 55 miles an hour. Both drivers will get down to that pit speed, and they will make their final stops here now of the evening. So as everything's cycling through here, we will see who will be the next round of takers to pit road. Currently on the lead lap is going to be just 12 drivers here, because McNeese and Hancock will go a lap down. Who will be the next set of cars to come down will not be your leaders this time, will not be anybody out of the top 10. Will it be Jamie Leach or Ira Kohlhaas? They are a little bit back here, looking at about 10 seconds to the race leaders. They go zooming on by. They will not come down. So everybody this time by stays out here, and they elect to try and get a little more strung out. Let's see, everybody now starting to file down to that bottom groove. Jeff Bergner drops back. He'll fall in line behind Millen. And maybe looking like the Midnight Runners group is going to be coming to pit road here. Now, Dobbs going to dive down to the bottom. That could be a move to come to pit road. We will find out. Randy Johnson down onto the apron. Here they all come. Donald Bennett going to carry on. So here comes a bunch of the yellow highlighter, yellow No Doubt racing cars. Here comes Dobbs. Here comes Johnson, and I believe that's Quincy Atkins. He will come down with he's actually going to come down by himself. He's a yellow car, but there is no team association with those drivers here tonight. So 3 drivers pit this time by. That puts Bennett out into the race lead for the first time here tonight. He did get credited with that last lap lead. So right now it's Bennett, Mathis, Massey, Levitt, Day, Millen, Bergner, Leach, and Kohlhaas, who have yet to make their final pit stops. It looks like Josh Taylor also. Here comes Bennett. Here comes Taylor. Massey looks like he's going to continue on. So here comes 4 other drivers, the Keystone Motorsports Group, along with the Midnight Runners. They come down pit road. That'll turn things over now for the first time tonight with just 20 laps to go. Brandon Massey will lead his first laps of the evening. Looks like right now no pit road penalties have been assessed here tonight for any of the drivers, so everybody has been clean so far getting onto pit road. We are waiting on just another 5 drivers who have yet to make their final stops here of the night. Expect to see Massey here coming, and right this time by, you see Massey. Here comes Mathis. Mathis right on the side of that 65. They will come down pit road here, so that's 2 more of your race leaders with 20 laps to go. Cody Levitt handed back over to the race lead. There you see the 38, the 37, and there's the 5. That is Jordan Smith. Smith, remember, taking that wild tumble down onto the grass. He is not in contention to win this one here tonight, but he is still going to play a little bit of maybe a little bit of help to see if he can help someone win this race here tonight. We will see if they pit this time. They can definitely make it on fuel from this point to the end of the race. Are they coming down this time? Is it going to be 3 cars to pit road? 3 cars to pit road this time. Here comes the 38-11, the 37 of Colt Day, and the 5 of Jordan Smith. And all of them do get down to that 55-mile-an-hour pit road speed limit. Brandon Massey, I'm not sure. Trying to find Brandon Massey out on track. It looks like something may have happened to the driver of that 65. Not able to gather a connection on him right now. Brandon Crossland is out on track. Right now, he would rotate into being your race leader, possibly. He does not have any help. We will see if he can just tuck in behind that 62 there. That's Colton Farrow. Farrow is currently numerous laps down. 4 laps down to be exact, running in that 22nd position. See if he can come around here, though, and tag that draft. Or Crossland can tag the draft there and pull a hot head to your lead. I'm taking a look at it. It looks like the next closest competitor is Michael Bromley, and he is 3 seconds back there. So we'll see if Crossland can take over the race lead. Looking to see where Cole Day is. There's Cole Day coming down to pit road. And Brandon Crossland playing the strategy perfect right now. Michael Bromley taking over that 2nd position here as Cole Day is still down there trying to get up to speed. Doesn't have any teammates. Here comes Jeff Mathis around the outside. Driver of that yellow machine, the 57 of Mathis, will take over the 10th position. Cole Day files back in line in 4th. See if he can kind of reel back in Mathis and take a little bit of that draft. Right now, though, it is all Brandon Crossland all by himself. Problem being, I'm noticing, let's see if we can pull this up here. I think we have this. Look at it. 144 miles for Brandon Crossland down into turn number 1. There is Michael Bromley. Look at him. Let's see what speed he can carry. He is going about 3 miles an hour faster, actually, through the corners. 140, 140. Check back on Crossland here. 142, 143, 144 by the time he gets to the corner. 147 for Michael Bromley. So you can tell that 7 machine is definitely hauling the mail here. He is going to catch Brandon Crossland before things are over here tonight. It's just going to be a question of how long will it take for the driver of the number 7 to reel back in the 97 tonight. Jordan Smith going to stay to the high side here in his number 5, not in contention. Got separated from a couple of his teammates here tonight, so he'll roll around the top side. Jeff Mathis still grabbing that third position. He has opened up about a 1.7 second gap over Cole Day. There you see Cole Day just out there cruising around by himself. He's kind of stuck in the no man's land. About 2 seconds to catch Jeff Mathis, about 4 seconds back till you find Cody Levitt right there, and he's got Timmy Valenzuela in the 05 just trailing him. Then it's a whole 2.8 seconds back till you find Jeff Bergner. It shows you how much teammates really matter here into the IROC series, because now everybody has got strung out all around the track. Randy Johnson, remember when he pitted? He was your race leader. Michael Bromley actually now side by side with Crossland. Crossland going to give up the race lead just like that. He goes by him. Can Crossland dive into line here and possibly make a 2-car train? So Michael Bromley to the race lead here with just 15 laps to go. Can the DraftTop.com entry number 7 of Michael Bromley win his first ever race? Well, we're 14 laps away from finding out here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. All the racing action, though, is right here. There you see the 12 of Johnson, the 98 of Griffith Dobbs. Millen is right there, and that's the 01 of Taylor. Taylor is not on this lead lap, but he is still stuck here with a bunch of these lead cars. Where's Lynn McNeese? Well, he's back here with Donald Bennett. These two drivers are used to bump drafting on the Super Speedway side of things. Both drivers competing on Sunday night in a Super Speedway series together, so they're not afraid to kind of lock horns down the straightaway. Just behind them, then you see the 75 of Quincy Atkins, then it's Russ Hancock and Orlando Rivera. They run nose to tail for the 12th, 13th, 14th position. Then you see Danny Valenzuela right here. He's running around in the 15th spot. Darrell Clauter's just behind him, and a rough night for Jamie Leach, but he is still out there. He is running into the 17th position right now for the driver out of Ohio, driving for the Deeper Darker Dew team. His teammate Cody Levitt right there, sitting in the 4th spot. Not sure what happened to Michael Bromley, but he is down on pit road, I'm being told, for that number 7 machine. Let's see. How did he get down on pit road? Looks like he just brought the 7 machine down. Needed a little bit of fuel, possibly. So he's going to come down pit road here. So that turns the lead back over to Crossland, but Mathis is right there now. Jeff Mathis has really closed the gap on him. So when Crossland pitted, he was just on the edge of being able to make it on fuel. Obviously, now we know Michael Bromley was not able to make it on fuel. That's why the 7 machine pitted. Now here comes Jeff Mathis, one of those rookies. He will take the lead for the first time here tonight, and it'll just be 11 laps to go here at Las Vegas. Cole Day is still sitting back here. He's got Jordan Smith behind him. Day is sitting at a calm 2 seconds even behind Jeff Mathis right now. Will he be able to close the gap and really reel back in? There you saw the difference as the camera panned down the back straightaway. You see the 57 and the 97 linked together down the back straightaway, and there you see Cole Day. He's got the 5 of Jordan Smith at this point, now locked onto his back bumper, trying to push away on him. But it'll just be 10 laps to go this time by for Jeff Mathis. Here comes Crossland. Crossland's not going to be able to have enough fuel here tonight. He's coming down with 11 laps to go. Sideways for him. I think he might have been just a little too fast entering pit road. We'll see if the iRacing officials say about that one. So that turns things over to Jeff Mathis. Does Jeff Mathis have enough in the tank here tonight? Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm doing the math, and I am showing in my own math in my head. I know sometimes race fans, it does get a little bit scary when you think about that. Jeff Mathis, though, should have enough fuel in the 57 machine here. But will Cole Day, Jordan Smith be able to run Mathis down here? Because they're come by this time. Just 9 laps to go here at the 1.5 miles in the desert that they call Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Round number 3 here for the Salt Flat IROC Series. Things have definitely got strung out now. Looks like Crossland still down on pit road in the 97 machine. A night that could have been will not be at this point. He has now shown 1 lap down to the race leaders. 16 drivers still left on the lead lap here. And look at this gaggle. Bergner, Johnson, Dobbs, Millen, Taylor. 4 drivers battling for the same position here just outside. Let's see, that is 4th through 7th position right now on track. Right now, Bergner has that 4th position. Johnson would like to have the 4th position on that outside lane with Dobbs, and Millen just kind of hiding back there in tow, nowhere to go. Taylor just kind of trying to help out the teammates. They are actually running down Cody Levitt, who runs in that 3rd position. He's got the 5 of Timmy Valenzuela behind him as Levitt blinks out down the back straightaway. His connection at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway blinks a couple times. But Jeff Mathis will come out of turn 4. He has caught the 62 there, Colton Farrow. Now he's going to go to the inside. Got hung up there for just a moment behind that 62. Mathis will see the 7 laps to go here. Seven laps to go on a 1.5-second distance between your 2 race leaders. So with this time by, I'm looking at it, it's just 6 laps to go. Jeff Mathis, Cole Day, Cody Levitt. Levitt has lost the 05 of Valenzuela back there, so that will allow these drivers to really start to close in, but they are battling real hard now here as Taylor goes around the 21 of Bergner, and Bergner's got the hornet's nest on his rear now as they work out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Taylor trying to just pull a couple of these drivers around at this point, as Bergner's going to chop the nose there on Dobbs down into turn 3. Mathis going to get the 5 to go this time by at the line, and his lead is shrinking. It was 2 seconds. Now it is just call it just over 1 second from him to Cole Day as they work through turns 1 and 2. So 4.5 laps to go here for Jeff Mathis. Could he be the 2nd rookie of the year to win? Colton Farrow is just hammering the back bumper of Jeff Mathis, trying to help him, but Cole Day is now under 1 second to the race leader of Jeff Mathis. He is going to get there. The question being, will he be able to get around him? So Cole Day coming with help with 4 laps to go. He is under a 1/2 second now to the race leader. Looking at it, he is going about 4 or 5 miles an hour, actually faster down into turn number 1 is Cole Day. So he will get there probably this time out of turn number 4. Cole Day will be side by side for the race lead. The question being, will Jordan Smith be able to help him get around the Jeff Mathis entry tonight? 3 laps to go this time by at the line for Jeff Mathis. Colton Farrow is right there on the heels. Here comes the 37 of Cole Day. Cole Day gonna caution flag out onto the raceway. Caution flag has come out for the 2nd time as we came to get the 3 laps to go. Marker Millen, who was your points leader coming into the night, has heavy damage on the number 40 machine. Millen, Taylor, Bergner all going to go around. We're going to have to see what brought this caution flag out here. Oh, it looks like Jeff Bergner turning the 98 here of Dobbs, and Taylor getting into it. Millen's going to get into it. So that was the racing for about the 6th position on the racetrack, which is going to bring out this caution flag. We'll watch it back here. Watch the 21 here at Jeff Bergner and Dobbs come together as they enter turn number 3. Millen and Taylor nowhere to go. See Taylor taking a wild tumble. His night's going to come to an end. We're going to have to see if we can find a little bit of a better angle to see exactly what transpired. We know the contact was there, but what was the contact? Was Dobbs coming down, or did Bergner hold his ground? I'm not exactly sure. Our camera, when we go back to the replay here, shows us right at the impact moment. Either way, that will bring out our 2nd caution flag here of the evening. Jeff Mathis still holding down the top spot, race fans, but he no longer has a lead Cold Day also right there. All these drivers are going to be on the cusp of being able to make it on fuel. So we'll see if any driver is going to be willing to come down pit road here to top her off, or if everybody thinks they can save enough here under the caution flag. Jeff Mathis is a sitting duck. If he comes, I expect a lot of drivers to stay. If he doesn't come, drivers are going to go. He comes down pit road. Colt Day is going to stay out here, so the deke for Jeff Mathis. Mathis right there was just in a no-win situation. If he came, everybody was staying out. It's kind of a bad position here when you get this late in a race. He thought everybody was coming with him for tires and fuel. This time, he'll sit on pit road by himself. Looks like just a couple drivers like Millen coming down. He's got a bunch of damage on the nose of the 40. Also looks like there's Michael Bromley coming down as you see Mathis going out of pit road. Millen will sit there trying to get damage in 4 tires. Darrell Clauder is also down pit road. But it'll turn everything over to the driver of the 37. So Colt Day takes over the race lead here in the desert with a green-white checker attempt coming at us here. It'll be Colt Day, Cody Levitt, Randy the Man Unit Johnson. Dobbs gets spun around, does a 360, and just powers back into the gas, and he carries on with the No Doubt Racing Team entry here tonight, so he'll hold on to his 4th spot. Donald Bennett comes to 5th. Lynn McNeese is sitting there 6th with Russ Hancock in 7th. There's Orlando Rivera sitting in the 8th spot. Quincy Atkins is 9th, and Danny Valenzuela is up to the 10th position. That's your top 10 drivers that will restart here with a green-white checker when we go back racing. Show you where everybody is right now. You see Brandon Massey. It looks like possibly connection issues, I think. I'm not quite sure on that old shed entry. The driver out of Ironton, Ohio. Couple drivers still down there on pit road getting a little service. Biggest mover so far here of the race is Russ Hancock. He is up here into the 7th position, up 14 spots on the night. See if he can have himself a top 5 finish. He's just going to start just outside that top 5 tonight. Brandon Massey, Jordan Smith having a rough go of it. They are down 17 and 16 positions. Jordan Smith is still out there on the raceway. I'm looking at it. I don't know. There's not enough time for him to pick up any more positions. See if he still gives it a go, gives it a try. Well, we'll see if we get this 1 to go marker this time by, or what's going to happen here. Colt Day is trying to save as much fuel as he can. Him and Cody Levitt were the last ones to come down pit road under those green flag pit cycles, so they can go the farthest on pit road. Colt Day still going to try and take the shortest route around the raceway. Here's the interesting the fact, though, with the strategies that are going to be played out here in just a moment or so. As the iRacing lights do go out, Colton Farrell will go around. He will rejoin at the tail of the field here. You notice that it's going to be 2 purple cars to the front row here, 2 highlighter yellow cars to the second row. Then you have 3 drivers that actually run super speedways together, lining up nose, tail, and quarter panel. Then the wild card, Orlando Rivera. No teammates, no help up here inside this top 10. He is all by himself. Can Orlando Rivera pull the upset tonight? We're going to find out here in just a couple of moments. They work down the backstretch. All is calm here before we get the Gibson AC and refrigerant green flag once again here in Las Vegas. Well, we hope all you race fans have had a good night here watching the IROC series presented by Salt Flat Racing right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Muth up in the booth here, calling all the action, bringing you all the camera views, all the statistics here tonight at Las Vegas. And we're going to go green flag, hopefully, for the last time here. We're going to see, because everybody now lined up, nose, tail, side by side here. Green-white checker in effect, number 1. iRacing pace truck down and off the racing surface. Here we go. Cole Day and Cody Levitt hammer back into it. Put 2 laps on the board as the popsicle sticks go in the air. 2 more laps of racing here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Cole Day got a great start. Cody Levitt tried to hang to the outside here. Dobbs and Johnson's trying to run them back down. Everybody actually single files out just about here on the raceway. Levitt still hanging on the quarter panel of Cole Day. Cody Levitt not willing to tuck in behind Cole Day. They're going to get a great side draft down the back straightaway. That'll shoot the 38 out into the race lead here as they come down into turn number 3. But that inside lane going to prevail. It's going to shoot the 37 of Cole Day back out into the race lead. We're going to get the white flag here tonight. 1 more lap to go. 1.5 miles of racing. Who will win in the desert for round number 3? Johnson right there to the inside now of Cody Levitt. Levitt didn't quite get the push that he needed from Dobbs going down the front straightaway. There's Donald Bennett. There's Lynn McNeese. Johnson still down to the bottom. Dobbs going to swing to the high side. That's going to put Levitt down into the middle. Here comes Donald Bennett, though. Where will Bennett go when he gets there? Dobbs going to hang to the high side. They are 3 wide. Johnson going to slide up a little contact with Cody Levitt. It is going to be Cole Day coming out of turn number 4 looking for the win. Who is going to finish second? Johnson all over the back end. It's going to be at the line. Contact back there. A couple drivers going around. Cole Day gonna win, though, with Randy Johnson, Cody Levitt, Lynn McNeese, Donald Bennett coming home 5th. Orlando Rivera is 6th. Then it's Dobbs coming home, actually. They're sitting in the 7th spot. Hancock was 8th. Quincy Atkins was 9th. And Jamie Leach gonna finish in the 10th position. Let's go back here and look at this as they all came across the checkered flag here. This is a look back at the finish of this one. Look at them as they all fanned out. Then it was on after that. A couple of them taking a wild ride. McNeese and Bennett going around on their lids up and over, but it was all Cole Day who was able to win this race here tonight. So as Cole Day is going to win this one, he's going to park it in victory lane. We'll see if he's going to do a little bit of celebrating here at Las Vegas. And as he celebrates his win down on the front straightaway, we're going to step away for just a moment, and we'll be right back here from Las Vegas. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with a couple of your race winners.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Your midnight performance checkered flag is in the air. That means we are headed into our Bohica Esports post-race show right here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I have caught up with a couple of our top finishers here tonight. Cole Day, you find yourself in victory lane. It's about time, I guess you can say. You're one of the most winningest drivers on the IROC side of things, and now here in Season 4, you finally get your win.
Yeah, I was hoping to have one at Darlington, but Josiah seemed to have other plans. That great finish we had.
Well, I guess 1 week later really isn't that bad. I mean, Millen gets himself a win. Your teammate of Jordan Smith got himself a win the week prior. And, well, round 3 now. I mean, you're only 3 weeks late.
Yeah, I mean, can't be mad at a win. So, it's great to finally get one and that checked off for the season.
Well, as you battled there at the end, though, before that yellow flag came out, do you think you had enough left in the tank that you were going to be able to get around that 57 of Jeff Mathis?
Yeah, I had enough in the tank. It was just about being able to pass him on the outside and have the good run. But when the caution came out and us having to do the extra laps under caution, I barely finished with enough fuel. So I'm glad we only had one green white check instead of two, because it would not have ended the same.
Well, you win it here tonight, Cole. We're going to roll this red carpet out for you here, my friend. Hand you the microphone, and I'll step back 6 feet because, I don't want to get the Rona or anything from you. I know how you like to go out and party. So who do you got to thank for a podium finish here and your first win of the season?
My teammate Jordan, without him holding me there at the end, I wouldn't have made up the ground I did if it would have stayed green. Cody and Jamie, they always help me out with fuel mileage, and we always work together as a great team together. You up in the booth for always doing great broadcasts. It's always great to go back and watch these. All the admins in the league always keeping it fair, and everyone in line when our motions come out.
Well, race fans, there you have it from Cole Day. He's going to go hit the books after this one. I'm sure he's not going out partying and celebrating another win for himself here in Victory Lane. So the driver of that 37 parks it in Victory Lane here tonight in Las Vegas in the desert. And we caught up with our second place finisher. He goes by the name of the Big Unit sometimes, or it's the UPS man, or, well, it's just Randy Johnson here. Randy, did you think you had a chance there at the end when that yellow flag came out and gave you a second chance at a victory?
Yeah, I thought they were actually just going to be out of gas, to be honest with you. I was only at 0.5 gallons left when that race finished, and I know I took too much, so hats off to them. I know they topped off before that green, but still, I thought for sure there was no way they were going to make it on gas. I thought I was going to be bump drafting Day, and he was going to run out, and I was hopefully going to be able to get around him. But hats off to great strategy by them, both Levitt and Day, and glad we didn't wreck at the end.
Yeah, these races always come down to it at the end of things, with the strategy. Did you and Dobbs come into the night with a fuel strategy or how you were going to run here at this 1.5 mile in the desert?
Yeah, the fuel strategy was not to let me be in charge of fuel strategy.
Oh, well, that's quite interesting. Quite interesting. That is a good wait a minute. That means it leaves it up to Dobbs. I don't know if that's such a good strategy there, the unit.
It worked out. We took too much, and that was, I went back on it and was like, I'm not, after 2 weeks ago, giving up a win at Darlington just by somehow fudging the numbers as bad as I did. I wanted to be safe, and looked like second or third place at best until that caution, and what a hell of a run to the line there with Levitt. I thought I was looking at third. Well, I'll take that after 2 weeks ago, finishing wherever I finished and throwing it away.
Yeah, so it was still good enough for a second place finish. It's going to help you out in the points, that is for sure. But the Big Unit, who do you got to thank for finishing on the podium tonight?
I got to thank you, Roger, hosting this great show you put on. Jason, the Joker Dobbs, my teammate, always looking out for me, rooting me on. He's my number one fan.
Well, I was going to say, I think you have a bigger fan out there.
I might. I seen him over on Facebook. I got to give a shout out to him. I don't think I have it saved here, unfortunately. But on the Salt Flat Racing Facebook page, the man who shouted me out is the Big Unit. I hope you're watching tonight. Made you proud, finishing at second, and hopefully we can have more good results strung together here.
Well, there you heard it from the guy who finishes second here tonight. Congratulations to the No Doubt Racing team number 12. Finishing, though, here in the third position tonight, Cody, it was a night that seemed from the start of the green flag like it may have been something out of a fairy tale book as you started on the pole, but third is all the 38 could muster at the end of this one.
Yep, Lady Luck strikes again, I guess, huh? I was hoping for a win here, but honestly, third place is not too shabby. Should be good in points now.
Yeah, when you look at the names that are here on the IROC side of things, a third place finish, when you really chalk it up at the end of the day, gotta feel pretty good, and you said it yourself, the points are going to look good leaving here tonight at Las Vegas. But did you really want this one tonight?
I did. It's the home track, so I always want to win here. I think I've won here maybe once, like in officials. I can't remember if I won here in this league before, but this track is giving me troubles. Like the wins just they don't come.
Trust me, I think I understand that one more than anybody in the world here. Unicorns are real, and you can't catch them. So, but third place. Talk about that final restart there. You lined up to the outside there of Cold Day. You had the chance to go down to the bottom. Do you think if you would have went down to the bottom, the night would have been a little different? Maybe you in victory lane instead of sitting here third.
I don't think so. I think I would have been second, yeah. But if I was going to go below or go down to the inside line, I was going to be pushing Cole. I didn't want that. Like I didn't. Obviously, I'm going for the win. But we came third by like literally centimeters. I'm assuming.
Yeah, it was it was definitely close there at the end. The gap from you actually tied Randy Johnson coming across the line. There is a dead heat there with the noses. Unfortunately, it's going to give it just by the slimmest of margins to the number 12 as your second place finisher. So third by, call it one of my hairs on top of my head.
Yeah, maybe it was because I ran out of fuel right then too. Could have been.
Never know, stumbling across the line. But Cody, how do you feel about going here from this 1.5 mile track next week into, I believe it's Gateway we're going to?
Oh boy. It's another short track. I'm not super excited, but we'll see how we do there.
Well, before we get there, Cody, who do you got to thank for a third place finish here tonight at Las Vegas?
First I gotta thank Danny for putting this league on. First of all, I mean, this has been the league I look forward to the most every season. So, gotta thank him for sure. Everyone else who helps put it on. Everyone else who's sponsored races, you know, who's sponsored the league, who's got you on here broadcasting. Gotta thank you, of course. Gotta thank everyone out there watching. And yeah, man, thank you so much.
Well, there you heard it from the driver who finishes in the third place. He had the pole tonight, loses 2 spots. All in all, Cody Levitt will round out your podium finishers. He comes home third. That's going to do it for the Mohica Esports post-race show here in Las Vegas. Before we kind of head off the air here tonight, though, we got to talk about the finishing order. Let's check out those race results here tonight. Let's see if we can get those pulled up for you. Here's your Comics and Coffee finishing order. Cold Day wins the race with Randy Johnson. There you see the margin between Randy Johnson and Cody Levitt. You know, Johnson comes in at a .078, and then Levitt, though, just by this much, .081. That was the difference between those two really finishing second and third. Lynn McNeese was fourth. Donald Bennett was fifth. Orlando Rivera in the sixth position. Dobbs fell all the way back to seventh there at the end of that one. Russ Hancock has his best finish. He comes home eighth. Quincy Atkins is going to be ninth on the timing and scoring. Jamie Leach is 10th. Danny Valenzuela 11th. Jeff Mathis, the night that could have been for Jeff Mathis if he could have just held on to that race lead and had enough fuel. Ivor Kohlhaas is 13th. Michael Bromley is 14th. Darrell Clauder 15th. Josiah Millen with a torn up number 40 machine. He'll come home running in the 16th position. 17th then goes to Jeff Bergner. 18th to Timmy Valenzuela. 19th to Brandon Crossland, who had some issues there at the end on fuel also. Colton Farrow is 20th. 21st then to Josh Taylor. 22nd going to go to Jordan Smith, and Brandon Massey having some connection issues. He's going to kind of finish shotgun to the field there in the 23rd position. That's your finishing lineup, though, here from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. But race fans, that's not all the Salt Flat IROC racing action. Next Thursday night, round 4, going to be at the Gateway. I guess it's called Gateway Speedway. I'm not even sure. It's changed names. It's changed hands. But all I can tell you is we has had one of the best finishes ever a couple seasons back in the IROCs, where Cold Day was able to run down the race leader and force him to run out of gas on the final laps of that one. Will he be able to repeat as a winner there at Gateway? And can he be the first back-to-back winner of the season? But for everybody at the Salt Flat IROC Series and everybody behind the scenes here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, we hope you all enjoyed your show here tonight from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We can't wait till we can do it again next Thursday. Next Wednesday night. I get my days mixed up here. Next Wednesday night here with the IROCs right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So till next time, race fans, we hope to see you back next Wednesday. And till then, stay safe.